a bill for someone else's student loan. So press 1 on your telephone if you think that it's fair that you or somebody else should have to pay the bill for somebody else's student loan, because if the student loans are waived, somebody else is paying for it. This isn't just money that falls out of the sky. Press 2 on your telephone if you do not think it's fair that you would have to pay for somebody else's student loan. Press 2 on your phone if you don't think it's fair, that policy. So with that, why don't we go, operator, to our first caller.
Our first caller tonight is David from Harahan. David, you are now live with Congressman Scalise. Please ask your question.
David, are you there?
Yeah,
hey, David, thanks for participating. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah,
what's your question?
Thank you for your time here. I was just wondering, is Congress able to do anything to help insurance companies alleviate some of this, like our flood insurance, it's almost tripled. If there's anything Congress can do to help these companies maybe come together and, take a percentage of the risk or something together instead of just one company holding so many policies, to do something to kind of help with how high insurance has gone up now.
Yeah, David, flood insurance is a major problem, and really over the last year we've seen this get dramatically worse because FEMA runs the National Flood Insurance Program, and about a year and a half ago they rolled out this program called Risk Rating 2.0, and I'm sure y'all have heard a lot about it. I've surely been fighting it a lot up here in Washington, because as soon as we heard that FEMA was getting ready to make major changes to the flood insurance program, we were very skeptical. And so we started asking questions of FEMA, and the biggest questions were, how are you changing people's risk? And if you're going to increase people's policies, what are you basing it on? And the most alarming thing that is still a real major concern today is FEMA won't give us the answers. Look, FEMA is a federal agency that's funded by your tax dollars and mine. And for a federal agency to say, we're going to raise people's rates, your case, David, you said it tripled. I've heard stories like that and worse throughout Southeast Louisiana. And the fact that the agency that's doing this is not a private company, this isn't Allstate or State Farm, it's the National Flood Insurance Program through FEMA. And they won't even tell you what methodology they're using when we've made a lot of improvements to our flood protection in Southeast Louisiana. And I'm talking billions of dollars. I fought hard, as so many others had, to get some of the funding for our flood protection. And I've seen those projects that have increased flood protection throughout so many parts of our state, and then to see them come in and act as if that flood protection didn't even happen, and they raise these rates dramatically. So I've not only been asking questions, but I've been working with a coalition